Welcome back again. It's me, Ace. Welcome back to the stream. How is everybody doing this evening, this morning over in the west side? Like to know if I'm broadcasting okay. Let me know in the comments if you're hearing me okay. Give me a five if you're hearing me okay, and if the visual is good, right? Give me a five there so I know that you are hearing me okay. I'd like to give a shout out to early attendees of the live stream. We have Star Killer Base. Welcome to the stream. Neil Hill is in the house. We have Skyfall as well. Thank you for joining. Um, I can't pronounce that, my friend, but welcome to the stream. Kato's collections, sorry about that, is in the house as well. We have Anthony Horton. Thank you so much for joining. All right. And yeah, what else do we have here? We have also Mr. Um, again, sorry that I can't pronounce that name. Can I just call you VG? All right, VG for short. While I learn that language. Okay. We have Danielle. Danielle, long time no see. How are you? These nuts is in the stream as well. Thank you for joining. We have Mr. Willito Prime. Willito Prime, is that what it's called? Richmond Kirk. Welcome to the stream. We have Ricardo Said. As usual, we have my Nix, MYNIX. Welcome. Road Pig John, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining, guys. We have Mark Rose. What's up? Mark? David R. Hello, all, and hello to you, David. We have George Lindstrom also in the stream. Sounds good. All right. Retro Toy Escapades, Ken. Thank you for joining. Thank you for that video that you just made on the Red Gull Wings packaging. Looking forward to having you review a sample. All right. We also have Vega Boy 7 in the house. Hello. Steven Cosmos as well from Las Vegas. Oh, okay. Which part of Vegas? I guess the strip, not the strip. I've been to the strip. I've been to MGM, New York, Caesar's Palace. I've been to those places for the licensing show, right? In the held at the Mandalay Bay. John is also in the house. Just a dealer on what we've paid for. We have no problems. Okay, it's good. We also have BG Gas. Thank you so much for joining. All right, VG is fine. Great. Thank you so much. But you have to teach me how to pronounce your name. All right, that'd be great. John Hopkins as well. All right, deliver a funky toy junkie. Hi from Germany. We have Randall. Welcome, Randall. Thank you for joining. Really. All right, all the five giving the audio signal is good. Transmission is good. All right, then we can have a good stream. All right, Derek as well. Thank you for joining, Derek. We have about 53 people in the stream, guys. Hit that like button if you don't mind. Share it in your socials if you don't mind the link to the live stream. We're going to be here for some time. We're going to address some questions. We're going to get to some nitty-gritties and get to know each other as well, right? I've given the link to the StreamYard in the comments. Maybe I will have to paste it again somewhere here. So there we go. That is actually the link to the StreamYard. So if you want to hop on to the stream and have a chat with me one-on-one, mano a mano, you are more than welcome. And we can, just have a chat. And there we go. This is the StreamYard link. All right. So what you do is just click on the StreamYard, follow the instructions. You'll be in the back end. I'll see you there. And then I'll put you on, right? We can chat for a few minutes and then get on to the next person. All right. So that is what it is. We also have Mr. William Hoover in the house. We have Rodrigo. Welcome from Chile. We have, let's see, John. Yes, I got that as well. We have Geotex from Mexico. Thank you, amigo. Thank you for joining. We have Michael Corey. What's up, Ace? Congrats to you and the team for the success of the ramen races so far. Thank you so much, Mr. Corey. Thank you so much. and we also have B10. When the production run is complete, what happens to all the tooling? Well, the tooling remains with us. All right, we got somebody in the stream. My Nick. So to make sure that we don't have echoes, make sure that any stream, any YouTube that you're having, my friend, is turned off completely, and then I can put you on. All right. So let me just say hellos to a few more people, and then we'll put you on. Mike LeMay. All right. Um, you know, no, I'm not that great. Please, I'm just one of you guys. All right. We have Kevin Johnson, welcome, welcome, welcome. Larkin Vane, I recognize that avatar. Thank you for joining. All right, so I am going to put my friend on the stream. There we go. Hello,
Oh, how's it going?
how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. First and foremost, massive congratulations on the Ramen Racer so far and the Red Gull win.
How do I
Massive
address you, my friend?
congratulations.
You,
My name's my Nix, or just
also, just
Andrew.
my nicks. Okay, okay, great. My nicks. I will address you as that. Okay, great. Thanks for joining.
No, thank you. Thank you for letting me on. I only have really one question. In terms of
Okay.
the Ramen Racer, can a figure fit in the trunk to maybe get a sort of like scene where they're shooting out the trunk, like in a Fast and Furious movie, maybe?
Figures in the trunk.
Yes.
Well, the trunk is kind of small. I'm not sure if a figure can actually go in. You might fit it. I'll tell you what. Next time when I go to the factory,
Mm.
I will get a figure and put it in the trunk, and I'll take a picture. All right?
That'd be wonderful. I think that'd be
Yeah.
a really cool scene to set up.
Where are you from, Manix?
I'm from the UK.
Okay, great, great. So what do you collect besides ramen?
Mostly, I'm currently on just GI Joes at the moment because Hasbro's distribution in the UK is getting very sparse at the moment, and
Uh-huh.
especially with the prices going up. But as soon as I saw what you were offering, I just instantly had to jump on it. So I'm really looking forward to getting my Ramen Racer and any other potential lines that you might be coming out with in the next year,
Yeah.
especially
Thank you
that
so
time
much.
travel one.
So you got any other questions regarding the racer and anything else?
Um, I think that's about it, to be honest. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what else you might have be able to tease in the near future in terms of any other packs or accessories that might be able to come with it.
Right. So basically, we embark on this journey. And okay, just to track back a little bit, right? So yesterday's stream, it was
Mhm.
pretty fast and furious. I got back from the factory. I had
Yeah.
a schedule at 11 to do it, prepared the slides, and got on. And it was basically delivering the message of the 1,000 units, the features, the goals and milestones they want to reach, showing off the gull wings packaging to let you guys know that it's almost there, right? We're waiting for the
Mhm.
pre-production sample to be upon us next week. And in the chat there was many comments that I didn't attend to, so I thought today would be a nice follow-up when everything is all settled down. We all cooled down. I got some rest. And yeah, I slept in late today, got some rest. And if you actually play back the stream last night and today, you might see that I may have a better complexion because I'm actually better well rested. So I think tonight I'm going to just go through, the comments one by one, and then for even maybe pulling up some of the comments that I get on Facebook and Instagram, because there's a lot, right? I'm
Oh,
actually handling all these things pretty much myself. So pardon me if sometimes your comments or messages are not attended to in that quick manner. I do my best to look at every single one. And then sometimes again, we have issues here. While in China, I'll need a VPN to actually access Instagram and Facebook. So sometimes, you're writing a message and then you send and then it doesn't send. And then it's like, oh, I've wasted all my. So every time I read a message now, I got to actually copy and paste onto a backup, because if I don't send it, at least I have a backup. Otherwise, I got to type the whole thing once again. So yeah, so those are the limitations that I have. Instagram and Facebook, and those two platforms are already pretty overwhelming. I guess in other establishments they have professional people hired to attend to each individual platform. And we're already, people are telling us we should be on this and that, TikTok, with Twitter and what have you. But two is enough. Although I agree that it's good to have other platforms because not everybody has a Facebook account, right? Not everybody is on Instagram. So yeah, I think we're still pretty much not totally utilizing or reaching out to the potential of supporters and fans and collectors that would like what Ramen Toy is doing.
It
Yeah.
might be worth,
Any
now that
any
you've got the Facebook group, that you could perhaps reach out to the community and hire, not hire per se, but entrust some moderators to help you on the back end of things when it comes to streams and stuff like that, such as like Robert. I know he's been doing a fantastic job as well,
Oh
so
yeah,
it might
fantastic.
be worth
Yeah,
looking into.
yeah. So oh, there we go. We have Star Killer Base as well. Oh, hold on. Make sure that you have all the YouTube stream uh deleted or removed. Don't open any windows, otherwise you will get echoes and feedback. All right, so I'm going to put you on right now. Hello, Star Killer
Hi,
Base.
Ace.
Hello,
Mhm.
Amber's
Hi,
husband.
Nick.
Mhm.
How are you?
Yeah, so where are you from?
Okay, I'm from the Netherlands,
Oh, Netherlands.
and
Yeah, okay.
yeah, and me and my wife are both in the collecting. So you talked with her, Amber, and yeah, so I can show you the where I am. The collection
Okay,
of
yeah.
Motu, Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Have some nice collection
Wow.
items. Yeah,
Wow, that's your room. That's
Brilliant.
that's my
your.
room. Yeah, the man
Oh, no
cave. Let's
wonder you're
call it
called
that.
Star Killer Base.
Star Killer Base. Yeah.
That is your Star Killer Base. Wow,
This this is
That,
directly from Star Killer Base.
that is
nice.
fantastic. That is actually really inspiring. I wish I could make my room look as cool as that.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but still, Star Wars is a little bit less these days because of prices, because of the way, like, well, like they treat the fans. I'm not a big fan
Oh,
anymore
okay.
of buying the products, but Ramen
Wow.
Toy came, and you have some great stuff for the mask fans, for the Ramen Racer, and we're in it. So we want to support your items that you make for collectors, and especially with the connection you make with us. You listen to the fans. Not everything's possible, but I
Yeah.
think it's a good thing because everybody wants something else. You can't satisfy everybody, but what you can do and what seems logic and affordable, you consider, and that's a big plus.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, exactly. We are doing this. We love to do it, and I'm just one of you guys, basically. Just doing it as a means of a career. And it has its pros and cons because I've been working nonstop. To me, there is no weekend. All right, right now I'm still attending to messages and doing a live stream. But I got to get a rest tomorrow on Sunday because Monday is coming again and it's back to work. It's basically a day for me is ensuring that the projects that we're doing is being taken care of at the factory, and there's many projects now. We initially started with just one project, the 80s Commanders, and that was pretty easy, right? Because there's just one project, nothing else. So it's just one project. You just take care of that, and it's good to go. But now that we have multiple things going on, and rightly so, right? We cannot just rely on one project a year, or only working on one project, delivering that one project, and then starting another one from scratch. No, everything has to be planned and in the back burner and ready to take the place of the next one once something is shipped. So, as many of you have been asking, what is the next Machina? What is the next Marshall? And what's and on and on. So, there are plans. All right, there are plans, and it's challenging, as I mentioned before, to be considered, uh, that we are not getting, licenses. That is always one taboo thing that people will look at first. But I consider it as a chicken and the egg. I consider it as, there is such thing in the market as third party, and that's why we ventured into it. And like I mentioned in the stream last night, we are more than ready to start getting licenses, and I think we have a proper menu of products to show the potential licensor what we can do, and then show them, or rather explain to them what we wish to get. So that is, hopefully the case. And most importantly, actually, is that we like to put our style into the IPs, and we wouldn't want the licensor to just restrict us to doing exactly what it should be. That means if we wanted to do a visionary, and we wanted to do it in that style that we have done the Marshall, and then if they say no, you have to do it like that, then it's going to be a letdown, because we don't want, in a sense, we're not trying to be rebellious. We just want to be expressive, right? We want to express what we feel this is. And in fact, the way it was conceived back in the day in the 80s, when those artists drew the mask, when they drew the visionary, when they drew the Marshall, the Brave Star, that was their contribution to the genre, right? But along the way, just like how we have movies and we have different bat suits and different rendition of the heroes that we see, they can allow artists to come in, just that you have to be official. So in a sense, if we were given that opportunity to actually design, then perhaps we can become official, right? We don't know. But yeah, one of the challenges is to conform to the style guide, to conform to what the licensor wants. And then if you do something, they will say, oh, change this and change that. Then that's what an artist don't really like, because an artist does not really like to change stuff. Any thoughts?
My only thought is like, I think it's a testament to how successful you've been without licenses so far, and it's completely deserved in the fact that you've managed to bring us so much so far and put your own spin on it. And I think it's absolutely fascinating and very inspiring as well that you're not $1 billion company corporation, but yet you have brought us something that we have all asked for constantly at a very, very good price. And it's just fantastic. I'm loving every minute of it. I can't wait to see what else you can bring to us.
All right. So speaking of,
Yeah.
VG mentioned about this. So I've already put a post up that we are actually in negotiations with Paramount. All right. So that would take some time. As with all negotiations, it will take some time. So right now we don't really have any updates on that, except that it is in negotiation stage. But however, I can share, basically what we are doing with the pilot next, right? So basically, we are going to be launching a series called the Aces of Aviation, and it's basically pilots in the outfit that you've already seen with the Maverick, but not the Maverick. General pilots that would have flown the F-14s in Joy Rogers' squadron, Wolfpack squadrons and all what have nots. We're going to be doing that, and then we're going to put on like a generic head. So I'm going to show it to you right now. Along with, next to that head would be actually the painted sample of the Marshall. So this is it. All right. On the on the left, you might actually recognize it more like the naval commander. Some of you who are eagle-eyed, but actually that is going to be used as the generic head for our Aces of Aviation pilot, which we are currently making the prototype, or rather the colored sample, because we already have the prototype. We just need to change it to fit this head, and then put on the patches that this particular pilot is going to have, plus the helmet of the Joy Rogers, the Skull and Bones, and the Wolfpack, two very famous squadrons of the F-14 era. And then on the right, okay, over there, you will see that this is the painted sample of the Marshall. All right. Yeah. Thanks,
Looks
Daniel,
awesome.
for that. Yeah, go ahead.
Looks awesome. Yeah. Want to comment on what you said about what you do. I think the people that order the items with you or pre-order the items, I think it's a big plus also that you extrapolate and explain to us what comes with it to make things, to negotiate with the factory, and what can and can't be done. I saw you on the other streams like 3POA, and you have
Okay.
Bobby there also, Villivers, and he came from Hasbro, so he knows the insights, but you also know the insights, so it makes it more, you get us. I feel for myself, I get more involved with what's happening and how it's happening, why things are happening, because you can explain it to us, and you do that. Big companies don't do that. You just have to swallow what they put on, and you take us on that ride, on that ramen racer ride, and then you get us excited, and I think that is why you touch people and they want to get involved. I think that's a big plus. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the acknowledgement. So yeah, I've not been with Hasbro, although I've licensed with Hasbro before. So I think it's much more complicated than we know in a big corporation, right? So it's never in my opinion to say anything about that because we're not there. We're just focused on what we're doing, and what we're doing is that we will not become a Hasbro for sure. We're just going to be a small company that, let's see how long we can take this journey, right? Hopefully as long as we can. 45 years old. How much more of this we can do, hopefully as long as possible, but yeah, the passion is there. And hopefully we can be like some people are saying, back in the day, a Kenner was a smaller setup than the Hasbro's. It's and then you have Playmates, you have all these things, Toy Biz. So hopefully we can put our name into the hat, to be among some of the brands that does good stuff. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you make the stuff that people want. You stepped in, and people respond to that. And I think you get already over. I think more than 1,000 units for sure. 1,000 customers already. So it's already a success, and let's go on.
Yeah, so we have actually not gotten 1,000 customers yet, as I mentioned yesterday. Uh, Evidently, when people are buying two or three races, that already becomes, if somebody's buying two, if everybody's buying two, that's only 500 customers. So yeah, there's
Right.
still a bit of slots left. I think about 300. I think I'm not too sure. I didn't really look at the numbers, but based on what we're seeing, that's about the extrapolation. So yeah, there's still some way to go to 1,000 customers, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal for us. We've never actually. I mean, I remember back in the day when I was having a small shop in Singapore, and I ordered 100 pieces of something from the wholesaler, and I was wondering how can I even sell 100 pieces? So here we are, trying to sell 1,000 pieces. So that's a big step. Yeah, that's a big step.
I think the
All
fact that
right.
you've
So yeah.
sold multiples to multiple people, regardless, still is a massive success. And as far as that is, that says that the community trusts you and you are bringing value and quality to our collections. So as far as that is, I know I'm definitely buying two. I've only got the one at the moment, but as soon as I'm paid again next week, I'll definitely be picking up the orange version for
Oh,
sure.
great. Yeah, trust is definitely a big factor in anything that is trust, right? It's a mutual thing. You trust me with your funds, and I rather I tr- you trust me with your funds, and then I deliver to you what you had your funds for. It's very important, and that's just the basic of it. The basis of this what's the word, like a
Relationship.
marriage. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like a marriage, you know. It's the
Exactly.
customer and manufacturer relationship. And yeah, trust is definitely very important. That's why we were also very grateful that we got off the road, got off the launch pad with the 80s commanders. You know, people trusted us. Although, of course, there were some people that may thought that what they got wasn't what they expected. But from then on, we've been improving, and then I guess the rest is testament of what we're doing. We're always improving and learning as we go. And yeah, I'm although we've not done any vehicles before, as mentioned, but I've done diecast aircrafts. I've shown the test shot for the gull wing, and we're gonna go into it knowing the lessons learned here and there to do a 18-inch car, well, 20-inch, almost 20-inch. Yeah, so definitely.
That's another thing that I love about this, the fact that it's not a crowdfund where you're guaranteeing us the car regardless, and that is one thing that's obvious. And instead of it being, oh, we need to reach this so many amount of units just to even get it, whereas you are saying, regardless of how many units I sell, you are getting your car, and that's another thing that I love about it as well.
Well, okay, to be perfectly honest, right? We do have a target, which is 2,000 units, right? At 2,000 units, we're able to get the price at that SRP. And the reason why it's at an SRP is because we have the discount to the resellers. And that's how it works. We would love to sell it at 175 all the way, and but there is this protocol, so to speak. And there were some discussions about this, about how, but I think what's important that people may be missing out is that if we have the opportunity to crowdfund and do a 9,000 unit MOQ, then as I just mentioned to somebody, based on my calculations, we can bring it down to $200 as the SRP and not 250. Okay, if we can do 9,000 pieces, but we're not doing 9,000 pieces, we're trying to strive for 2,000 pieces. And with a week gone, we have gotten 1,000. Sales are slowing down, as I mentioned, because most of the collectors who is within our reach, our customer base, have already pledged their support for it. Now it's just a matter of getting new blood, new customers to see if we can actually go and improve this quantity further. Improving it further would just mean that we are more successful. More successful would just mean that we are able to have the ability to get licenses and then do stuff. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's all about the funds. Let me look at this message from Vegas Boy 7. So I kit bash 112 figures. Would you consider making and selling just the male and female hits that fit Marvel, Velaverse, GI Joe? Okay, so just selling hits. We might consider it, right? It's a good proposition. Uh, that means we just make hits, generic hits. What do you think? What do you think, guys?
I think that'd be really cool. I mean, I love kit bashing myself. I mean, I've currently just kit bashed the retro Snake Eyes with the movie head.
Uh-huh.
That's the only one I could fit with a ball peg on at the moment. But I think that it would be really cool if you could make like the original 80s Snakehead where he had like the damage, or maybe even one where before he got very injured. I think that'd be really cool as an offering as well. Maybe we can come up with some like really cool, unique characters as well for other lines such as Marvel Legends that we haven't quite got, but will look good on a certain body type.
Right, right. Yeah, so they can definitely consider it. Okay, it's something that we can consider, just like how we considered to make a vehicle. Initially, the roadmap was just to make 112 figures, as mentioned on our, advertisement. We're just making 112 of the 80s nostalgia, but then we step into vehicles, all right? So if that proves to be something that we excel at doing, then we can definitely move forward to doing it. So same thing here. If we are, again, we've done some hits over here. Just show it again to people who may just join the stream. We've done hits, and you can see the improvement, right? So initially we have done the first batch of hits that were not good, okay, but we've improved it because we found, as we go along, we found the manufacturing the correct manufacturing people that can do it, then now we're implementing all these measures. Yeah, so we can probably do hits as well. Definitely.
Are those heads photoreal or are they hand painted? Because either way,
Actually, these are all hand painted, my friend. Yes, it's all hand painted.
they're really good.
Yes.
Look
I love the
really
Yeah.
good.
eye as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is still something that people like Hot Toys, they nail it all the way. The statue makers, I'm not sure what other names they are, but yeah, the Queen Studios and all these big uh, statue makers, they really nail the head painting as if it's a real human looking at you. I've seen that Christian Bale uh, face. I've seen all those. Yeah, it's so real. It's the painting, right? It's amazing. It's an art. It's a skill set.
Yeah.
And we're not going to compete with those guys. We're not going to say, hey, I'm going to do a 12 inch and start competing with Hot Toys. No, no. Let the world champion be the world champion. All right. So we're going to focus on making like 6 inch and then, yeah, get the hits done a little bit better than what's in the market. And that's our goal. If we can't do things better, we won't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also a difference between if you make like a hooded head or really a human head, because it takes really likeness to skin and color tones. So there's a lot more detail and work in it, I think.
Yep. So yeah, Clemens mentioned about the DeLorean. Definitely, I'm interested to do it. I love Back to the Future, and there's nothing better than to get an official license from NBC Universal to make the car. But of course, these are plans. Again, I'm actually spilling the beans, but this is what I do. I want to engage with the audience and basically tell you guys what we're thinking. But whether or not it gets done is a different story because they're still subject to approvals and getting the license by itself. So, but this is at least a dream, right? We're dreaming, and we hope that the dreams can be fulfilled. TM reviews. Well, welcome to the stream, my friend. Kevin Johnson said, "Will you be numbering each ramen racer since it's a limited amount?" I've actually thought about that. Well, not I've thought about that. It was raised, and you know, the way I think about it is that when you buy a mini champs car, those high-end die-cast collectible cars, where it's limited to like 800 pieces, 500 pieces, 1,000 pieces maybe, then you want to have something numbered. For some reason, I associate limited edition numbering with like static models. I don't associate numbering something that is more to a toy collectible. What do you guys think?
I agree. Yeah, I think this is a different case of yeah than like a mini champ or a car like a Formula One car that they limited and they put a plate on it with number 112 off 1,000 pieces. I think this is a different item. You don't have a base where you stand on it. It's you put it inside and it's not covered in a box or something. So I, yeah,
Okay, my
it's not
next.
something I wanted to
Okay,
be. Yeah,
my next. How about that? How about your thoughts?
For me, I think when it comes to like limited edition stuff, whilst it is nice to have a number to it, I'd be more than just happy with just like a little certificate of like authenticity with like your autograph on it, like with the number that you got picked up random, maybe in like the style of like a racing certificate with like a checkered flag in the background and stuff like that. Just something unique like that is more than happy. I'd love to frame things and put things like that on my walls.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so what we can look into is basically the first 1,000 customers that will receive the flame hit. We can do some little card that will say, congratulations for being the first 1,000 customers of the Ramen Racer. I think that's what we were envisioning to do. But to number each one individually, I think unless it's a real need, we would actually abstain from that, if I may. All right, Kevin, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, I mean, okay, and then everything actually is a limited edition. If you think about it, even your Star Wars that you get that is produced by the 20,000 for a Boba Fett is limited to 20,000, right? So everything
Everything
is
is
actually
limited.
yes, everything
Yeah.
is limited. Yeah, just that if it's 2,000, if it's 20,000, you probably wouldn't want to number it one of 20,000. 20 of 20. Yeah, so yeah, everything is limited amount, and that's exactly why if it's a smaller run, then you need to actually put it as one of 500, two of 500, and then it gives people of that 500 group that exclusivity, right, of having that number. All right. So hope I answered the question, Kevin. And let's look at some other questions here from VG again. Uh, can you please try Kit? So we mentioned DeLorean already and Actor One. So Kit would be falling under NBC Universal as well, and yeah, we can look into it. One step at a time. Again, to develop something like this doesn't just happen overnight. It takes time. So if you're talking about developing a Back to the Future, if we were to get a license in January, we probably develop for half a year at least. And then by the time we get the tooling done, it's at the end of the year. And then by the time we iron things out, again, there's approval phase, right? There's approval. You got to send it for approval and all these things. And then by the time we get it out, it could be a case of a delivery almost a year and a half later, depending on the complexity. So normally a license project can run from conception to delivery in about 6 to 9 months. But if things are more complicated, it can definitely run over a year. So if that's said and done, then if we do a time machine, if we do a time machine, and if we want to do a kit, then kit will probably be about maybe 3 or 4 years down the road. And that's the reality. All right. When people are saying, when are you going to be doing this and that, again, if we're developing only, in fact, we're already massively expediting our offerings, right, from one offering in 2021 when we started to, I believe, 2 or 3 offerings in 2022, and then now in 2023 we're actually offering, I would say, more than 4 different products, maybe even 5. All right, so it takes time, of course. And yeah, that's the gist of it. We'll definitely try. Okay, and as for Acto One, I've seen the complexity of the competition out there. Even though you may say that it's not the same scale, but I've seen it, and it definitely takes some doing to make sure that it is to what collectors want, because the Acto One's the crux of it is the way the lights move about on the vehicle and certain siren sounds. So those are, I mean, the licensor is not going to give you like, oh, this is the file. You got to find it out yourself. You got to do it yourself. So yeah, it's not easy. Yeah. Any thoughts,
I think when it
gentlemen?
comes to the Back to the Future DeLorean, maybe perhaps you could leave a mental note for your future self to send the finished model back in time to you.
Another question here from TM Reviews. What is the minimum run for the mass vehicles to make it feasible for the mold? All right. I think this applies for everything across the board, not just mass vehicles. When you are making a metal mold, the cost is pretty much ballpark for the size of a mold. The smaller the mold, the cheaper. The bigger the mold, the more expensive. And once you've done all the calculations, normally it results in a minimum run of 1,000, and that's a number that I've been flashing throughout the whole history of ramen. We need 1,000 Apache commanders. We need 1,000 this and 1,000 that, and we did 1,000 commanders. We did 1,000 plus Gullwing, so it's 1,000, right? And that is the answer, right? And why we said rush to 1,000 ramen racers, because that is the minimum, right? That is the minimum. And then when we can sell 2,000, that's when we start to see some plus, some greens. Yeah. Hope that answers your question, TM Reviews. Retro Toy Escapades. Ken, would you consider the Silverhawks line a success in terms of sales? Actually, no. Actually, no, my friend, because what's funny is that when we did not have the support of BBTS with the 80s Commanders, we sold the 80s Commanders. And when we thought that, okay, now we have a license, so BBTS is going to support it, we're going to do better than the Commanders, right? But actually, no, we actually did the same. If it's not for BBTS, who took quite a massive amount of stock, then we would actually fail for the Silverhawks. Yeah, and that's the truth. For some reason, I'm not sure why. Maybe indeed the demand for Silverhawks is not as much as we think. Okay, and you guys got to understand also, if you dissect and then look at what we have done from inception, aside from the 80s Commanders, which is one body but different weapon tooling, everything else we have done so far is all a different unique mold. Quicksilver is a different unique mold. Monstar is a different unique mold. Antagonist Cyborg is a different unique mold. Land Drone is a different unique mold. All right. Nothing is being shared. Nothing is being shared, unlike other well planned lines that you can see from various Kickstarters. Again, I'm not putting down anybody, but I'm just saying that they have planned it well, right? They have planned it well. They got all the wave one, like 4 characters, and then you can see that the characters actually have similar parts of the body. That means that they're amortizing the tooling for another character. So back to the question of this, we don't think it was a success, but we are happy that the product found joy with collectors who bought it. Although, like I said again, it was the second time, the second figure that we've done, and with the second figure there was still various aspect that we missed, and then we've been correcting them, and then from the Maverick onwards, which I showcase, that was excellent articulation, right? You whatever that was previously missed out, for example, the ankle rockers and the way the feet pivots to the front and back and all these things is all handled. And then that is a great figure which we are going to showcase very soon with the Aces of Aviation series with the generic pilots. Yeah. And will I revisit it with Super 7 again? No, I can't, because it's done deal. The Super 7 saga is done, so we can't revisit that. Okay, regarding this one, Steven Cosmos. Oh, by the way, guys, if you guys need to run off to anywhere, you can just let me know. All right, we'll just all right. If you guys want to stay, no problem. But if you can run off, just let me know. All right. Is there any plans for a figure of Diana from V? And I mentioned this, Stephen, maybe you missed it, is that we are in email negotiations with the creator of V. And currently he's saying that he's not ready to license it. And then we have to respect that decision. And then, we have a sculpt ready to go, but we have to wait. That is the thing. All right.
That was a great series back then.
Oh, yeah. One of
Really good.
my
Really
favorites as
good.
well.
The reptile Diana, yeah.
Okay, let's see what other questions we have here. We got one here from Road Pick John. Are you able to make a cartoon accurate Thundercats Lionel head for all of us? So, is there something wrong with the head of Lionel, gentlemen? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't collect? Oh, my next,
No.
no, you don't know? Yeah, I got some inquiries about this head. I've looked into it. We I'll look into it. Right, I will look into it.
But
Okay, I
they
will look
see the
into it.
heads you're making, like also for the Motu Origins and the
Hmm.
Masterverse line. So I think
Yeah, did you
they
guys
saw
see it? Actually,
something.
I'm gonna show you guys. It's on my display. So please await us to color the heads, and we will have another last round of orders before we close it, because this will be a one-time production. We're not going to do it again. So I'm going to just go full screen a while and just show you guys Okay. All right. So the for those of you who may not know, this is verse three, master verse three that fits the Mattel Origins body. There you can see the head over there. He will be painted, of course. All right, and then you get verse one. So this is verse one on a Mattel Masterverse body. So verse one would be the eyes looking forward. All right, so it's on the Mattel's Masterverse body right there. And then we have verse two, which I chose to put onto the Super 7 Rebel Leader body. And as you can see there, what's wrong with this? Okay, there we go. So this is verse 2, where the eyes would be looking up. All right. And they have how it looks like over here. All right. Those are the hits.
Order them.
Thank you. Yes, we will be expediting the production. Thank you for waiting.
No problem.
I don't know where is
Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. Sean. So Sean was in the stream last night, and I didn't have a chance to actually greet him. So Mr. Tony Edward Stark, thank you for Sean for joining the stream. I'll probably catch you up later after the stream. We'll have a chat. Danielle, which vehicle you think gave more effort and increase? On which vehicle you think gave more effort and increase ramen toy skills? Is that what it means? Which vehicle?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I
vehicle?
think so.
Uh, well, every single vehicle we gave a lot of effort. From the gull wing onwards, we never saved on any, never skimmed on any detail. Everything was maximum effort. With Great White, we went through it 4 times. You know,
Yeah.
first prototype wasn't good, second prototype wasn't good, third prototype, fourth prototype. So we definitely spent a lot of effort there. Maybe Great White is the most effort
Great
so
one.
far, right? And then second in line could be the Ramen Racer, because we've done it and then we went back to improve it, and it's going to look really good. These nuts, the Lauren will be awesome. If you make it, I'm down for 2 of them. All right. Uh, Yashwant, I think I got the name correct. I hope so. Could you please find a way for cheaper shipping to India right now? Yeah, that's the thing. I think we are restricted or constrained by all these shipping arrangements in the world. You know, for example, we can't even ship direct to Argentina for some reason. It's so strange, right? I guess like UK and Netherlands, no problem. India, I'm not sure why. I really don't know. The best thing would be if there is a distributor in India who actually takes this kind of collectibles. If we can get in touch with them, we can move in a wholesale manner. Maybe 1 case, 2 case, you can redistribute to you guys in India. That's the only thing. I can't really think of a better way to ship. So sorry, my friend. I mean, we do our best, but our hands are tight in regards to shipping. I'll repeat what I said yesterday. Right? I doubt it was the popularity to be produced, but I would love 2 cars from the pole position cartoon of the 80s. Okay, pole position. I'll have to check it out because I have no idea what that is. Do you guys know pole
Uh,
position?
Never enough for me. I'm a '90s baby.
No.
Okay, all right, 90s baby. Okay, no problem there. No problem there. Anthony Horton, how will you handle quality control issues if there's any, if any comes up? So what happened is that in every single production, there's always going to be quality issues, like it or not. All right. Um,
Sorry.
in any production, you've seen it with Hasbro, you've seen it with Mattel, you've seen it with the iPhone. With any production, there's going to be quality control issues, unless I sit there and look at every single one, which is quite improbable, right? If I'm doing that, then I can't spend time creating the next product, looking at the next development, fine tuning the R&D, because one is one or the other. So we will tell the factory what is required of the product, and with each new production, unless it's a reissue, normally there will be issues because you don't know what is going to take place. So for example, for the first commanders, we suddenly discovered that, oh, there's the pack holes had some deformation, which was not visible to the naked eye, or rather we didn't notice it because we've been having samples that have no deformation, so we didn't realize that it could deform, right? So when it arrives in a customer's hands, they show us that it's deformed. Then okay, then we realize that, oh, there's a problem there. Next time we have to actually pick out those that's deformed and then not pack it in. And when customers reflect such an issue, we will replace what is defective, and that's how we actually. It's more like reaction, right? We react to the quality control issue, and then we will make you whole by giving you the part that is of a defect, and most of the time that works out. For example, Quicksilver, again, the new uh, project, we had no idea that the glue that they use wasn't sticking well enough on the head of the magnet. So some magnets actually came off. But if you are a DIY guy or you don't really mind, you can actually put some glue and you can put the magnet back on yourself, which is a way to fix it, rather than some people will say, no, I'm not going to touch it. You send me a hit, fine, we'll send you a hit. But some things that can be fixed, if the collectors can help us out to fix it, that'll be great. If it's not too big of an issue. And then with the Monstar, then a new problem arises because we discovered that, oh, the neck, when you change the head, sometimes the neck comes out, sometimes the head just comes out by itself. So by right, the head is supposed to be changed by itself without the neck popping off, but sometimes when you pull it out in a certain way, the neck pops off with the head. So it's not really an issue of quality, but an issue of the functionality, which we could address going forward. We found the problem out, which was the fact that the two packs and ball were of the same diameter. So it's almost like tearing a piece of paper right to the edge on two sides and then pulling it. Sometimes the right side gets pulled off, leaving the left side with two pieces. Sometimes the left side gets pulled off and then leaving the right side with two pieces. It's that kind of a phenomenon. So the way to handle it is to have two different diameters, so that one diameter that is not supposed to be removed gets tooled to be tighter joint, so that during production it gets really jammed in, right? With some heating, you jam it in, and then once it cools, you can't pull it out, and that's the way we fix it. So these are little things that I would have overlooked during the production phase, all right, because there's so many things in a product, right? Even a simple He-Man like this, there's many quite a few. It's almost like a puzzle. The lesser the parts, the lesser the problems. The more the parts, the more the problems. And that's why Machina, Red Gullwing, we are taking more time than usual to get the tooling done, because we are trying to prevent any problems going forward, because we don't know what problem might arise with the Red Gullwing. But we do our best during the testing of the test shots to look at what potentially might be the issue. For example, if the collector presses the activation button, if one aspect is a little bit tighter and then he doesn't achieve the two doors coming out, and that's a problem, we got to fix it, right? Whether we need to adjust the tension of the spring or something. So these are all the things that we went through. Even, for example, if we didn't do the test shot, then we didn't realize that the spoiler behind when we're playing with it, we always play with it with the orientation that is correct. We never played upside down, isn't it? But the
Mhm.
moment suddenly we were playing with it, and the spoiler falls down when the car is upside down. That's wrong. So we got to go back to fix it. So these are the issues. We have to play with it as much as possible to find out what is the potential issues, but we may just miss a little bit here and there. It should be minor, but we do our best to get it out without any issues. So hopefully that answers your question, Anthony. The turnaround time for fixing issues is anywhere from 2 weeks to 4 weeks, because we have to get the parts. We have to put the parts into a packet, put your details on, send it to our freight forwarder who will dispatch it based on their time, right? We put it there, and then once they consolidate, a sort of a package to go, right? Then they will do it. So those are the turnaround time. For those of you who have actually experienced our customer service on this replacement parts, you guys actually know the procedures.
Yeah, they're very helpful. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's see. These nuts. Is that really your? It's not your, this is your handle, right? Airwolf chopper. It's probable. Never say never. It's going to be big though. Uh, the proposition of a hit is good, but the selling point will be if the hits are similar to the cartoon or movie characters. Yes, sometimes you either do a hit that is like cartoon accurate, or you do a hit that is like over here it is more like realistic, right? So there's two flavors. It depends on what you guys want. Let's see here. What would you think, Jesse? Thanks for your comment. What would you think of numbering the cars on the license plate? Okay, so first of all, the Ramen Racer will not come with a license plate. We are actually investigating the feasibility of having a campaign that allows customers to give us their license plate to customize. I'm still investigating the feasibility of it. If it's feasible, if the price is right, then we will open up a, I would say maybe an email, because you can't do it via the e-commerce. It's got to be via an email. You email to us your license plate. We will make that license plate with a price, and we will put that license plate onto, well, maybe we may have to send the license plate to you separately, and then you just put it on yourself. That could be the case, because it might not be feasible for us to stick on Starbase Killer's license plate on that car, and then it goes to him, and then my next that license plate and goes to you. It's gonna be a logistic nightmare. All right. So as best as we can, we will do. Again, we're still trying to figure out how feasible it is, and I'll keep you guys updated. All right.
I think just building on that, there might actually be services out there, like novelty service where you can get like keychains for license plates where they'll stamp whatever you want on them. So I think for
Right,
people,
but
I think if you
we
really
are
enjoy
specifically making a license plate size so that you can fit it onto your Ramen Racer.
yeah,
For those keychains, it'll be too big. Anyways, um, let's see here. Derek, do you have any plans for Ramen Toy hats and shirts? The merch, right? Okay, so the problem with all these caps is that the shipping of it is pretty expensive. It's again a case of shipping. We will try it out, right? We will put some merch on the e-commerce site, and we will see what's the best way to ship it to you guys. Okay, let me make that as a promise that we'll definitely look into. And yeah, we don't have to profit on that. It's just something that you want. We'll set you at the best possible price, and then it's the shipping that would be the consideration point. Kelvin Chung, two questions. What do you think about having the charging? What do you think about having a charging dock where the petrol gasket is? What do you think of doing something like a Punisher van? Yes, we have already answered number one because we've confirmed that we'll be doing the charging ports at the petrol gasket, number one, and then also at bottom of the car. So you have a choice of two. You can decide where you want to put it. It will be USB-C powered, and then the cable will actually power your Ramen Racer, right? Always on. Punisher van. Probably when we investigate the A-team van, we can look at the Punisher van, and again, as much as possible to make it like a license thing going forward, because it definitely has to be something 2024 and beyond. All right, hope that answers your question, Calvin. Merch, okay, great, great. All right, thanks for answering. Thanks for your question. Ricardo's side, will decals be already applied on the red gull wing? Yes, yes. The red gull wing is a finished product, right? All the things that you see is already applied. You just take it out of the box and enjoy your red gull wing.
So, for the
Six
red
million.
gullwing,
Yeah,
sorry, Ace.
go ahead.
For the red gullwing, did you mention it was printed on, or are those stickers?
It's printed. It's
Printed,
not
right?
stickers.
Yes,
Yeah, the only
right.
sticker is the one on the inside of the door. That's the only
Okay,
sticker, right? The rest are
and
printed.
and and maybe the dashboard, or
And
is that,
yes, the dashboard. Yeah, where
yeah,
we have the little
yeah, little screens
Porsche
with
white, and yeah, that's yeah, those would
exactly, yeah,
be stickers. The rest of it is printed. All
right.
right. Again, I'll show the final product very soon, and you guys can see exactly what it is. Plus, there's going to be chrome plated parts as well.
Oh, man.
Uh, $6 million man. Is this the one as the standalone, or the one in the Mystery of Science? Right? Is there a
This,
remember
the
that
70s one, I think.
the
$6 million
70s one?
man. Yeah, with the orange jumpsuit or something.
Oh, okay. Would that
Oh
be a
yeah, I
good one?
forgot the $6 million man was Rick Astley.
It might be a bridge too far, Anthony. Again, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Might be a bridge too far. Neil Hugh talks about the status of Titanium Titans. Um, it's tricky on this one. There's still some creative aspect we got to sort out, and we are sorting out. Again, hopefully the year is still young. We're in April, so hopefully by middle of the year, summer, I'll have something to show. That's the goal, and hopefully early next year we can have some products. All right. I need a ramen toy shirt as well. Okay, let's make this happen. Okay, got it. On the case. I'm on the case. Collector Express, welcome to the stream. I don't mind seeing someone make a new Thundercats Chitara. Okay. Gotta tread carefully. Gotta tread carefully. Need the DeLorean in NECA scale. NECA scale is what scale? 7-inch? If we do it, it'll be around the same size as, I mean, the same scale as our Ramen Racer.
I think it depends. Some can go from like 7-inch to 8-inch. Like I think the Mecha
Mhm.
Predator was like 8 inches.
Oh,
Given
that's too. Then it's too big. That's too big. I think what it means is that there is a Necker figures for Back to the Future. Okay, I'll,
yeah,
I'll get those
I
and
think
see what the
no.
size is, and we'll probably pitch it to Universal next year. Skyfall mentioned that Pole Position was a cartoon in the 80s. Yes, I get that, but I have no relationship, no recollection of that. I'll have to check it out. Maybe I'll just do a quick Google on Pole Position cartoon. There we go. Let me see if it rings a bell. Isn't this another name in Japan? I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell to me, but I see what you mean. Okay, we will investigate. Tuck Tuck Toys with film, Ramen Toy Speed Racer, 112 vehicles, Chase and the Wheel Warriors, maybe. Yeah, we got to really, really be very selective with these requests because we don't want to run into a situation whereby we spend the money and effort to develop something, and then at the end of the day, we really don't see the numbers. We have had the lessons with the Apache Commander, and yeah, that is if you pardon me, that is something that we have to really consider. So yeah, I mean, we definitely want to do it, but we have to make sure that we have the right sales channel and support. So the only way to do that perhaps is to put it out to fund, right? Crowd fund or a campaign, where we take interest, but don't take your money first. You just like express your interest, like we did with the Apache Commander, which failed by the way. So tough, but I'll see what we can do. Right, tough. Um, Okay, thanks. New to the Ramen Toys live stream. Hopefully, Diana is made someday. Okay, hopefully, we're hopeful because we got the sculpt done. Got it, Paul. Thanks. John, will the decals for Tiger Orange be pre-cut for easy application? Yes, it will. Stickers will all be pre-cut. Not to worry. So TM reviews. Congrats on the ramen racer. By the way, it's a real accomplishment that will get you well-deserved fans and attention. Yeah, it might be getting some negative attention. We've got some comments about it being anti Hasbro. No, we never said we are anti Hasbro. We got some comments saying that we're trying to challenge Hasbro, the Hasbro killer. No, we're not. We're not a Hasbro killer. We're not trying to challenge Hasbro. We're trying to give to the fans who wanted to get it but couldn't get it. So I don't think that is any Hasbro killer or any disrespect or any anti Hasbro, right? But we're getting that comments in some parts of the internet, so it's tough. One line I love to see from us is Galaxy Rangers from Tuck Tuck Toys with Film. Yes, Galaxy Rangers. I've heard that a few times. We'll probably investigate that. Collector Express. I know I'm biased, but I would like to see the Ultraverse get some love. Ultraverse. What is Ultraverse?
Isn't that
I
the
might be,
Ultron series?
is that right? I
I
might
think
be
I might be wording that to
I'm not knowing what is Ultraverse. Let's see, Ultraverse. Ultraverse.
Sounds like Transformers. Or
No.
huh?
It looks like
Really?
some oh, Ultraverse Prime, is that right? Ultraverse? I see a superhero. Yeah. With Thor. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Learn something new every day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Collect Express. Yeah, I think you mentioned that in the live stream that we had. Yeah, I remember it now. You mentioned that in the live stream that we had. Okay, got it. Pardon me. I got a thousand things on my mind. Sometimes I can't really record it all in the database. Not Galaxy Rangers. Yep, got it. No antenna with the black racer. No antenna. Yes, no antenna because it's dedicated to the Tiger Orange. So that is the way we are configuring it. I wish your monster could hold his bird buddy on his arm. Well, the buddy is not a bird; it's a bat, and bat normally hangs. So the way it hangs is through the wings. It hangs on his arm on the wing. That is the way it was designed. Got it. It's an old racing game. I'm good. Collector Express with the ramen racers just coming with decal sheets for the license plates to replicate the movie. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we sometimes when we dedicate all the effort to do something, some of the nitty gritties we leave out. I am not sure if we are going to be making uh, replica plate stickers to mimic the movies and stuff like that. uh, but maybe a separate project, right? So ramen races will be sold without license plate. The idea is to see if we can customize your own license plate. If you think that novelty is good, if you think it's not a good idea, we'll scrape it. But yeah, that was what came to my mind. I thought that people would be happy to actually have your own license plate on your model. So that was the whole genesis of it. Um, Angel splits. Angel splits. Have you thought about an exhaust flame effect for the ramen racer? Well, you see, the thing is that we thought about it and then we took it out because in a conventional car, you don't have lights coming out from the exhaust, right? So we remove that particular ability or function so that we can have a generic car that has proper exhaust that is not lit up. And unfortunately, if you convert with the Inferno pack and you would like to have the flame effect, we don't have it at the moment. So yeah, we did think about it, but we didn't implement it for the reasons I just mentioned. Any consideration retro collector for the 112 scale police car and military vehicles? Yeah. Yeah, I think going general is a good idea, right? Without the uh barrier of a license, that will be something that we can consider definitely, right? Police cars. You love it when a plan comes together. Sounds familiar. Anthony Horton, will the Scully figure, Agent Scully, you mean, come with any weapons? It will come with some accessories, which you may call them weapons, but it will be accessories. Again, it's something that we are planning and we will show what we have done as soon as we can. Ricardo, even better, but about direct printing on the gull wing. Great. Yeah, it will be. Tacta Toys, collaboration with Velaverse Action Force. Well, depends on what Bobby, Mr. Vela has in mind. We are always open. The doors are always open at Ramen. Ken, the Mars comic book relaunch from IDW in 2016 started strong, but canceled after 10 issues. But everyone's really wanted the toys. Do you think that Machina could eventually be emerged into Mask? We thought about actually expanding Machina into a new IP, just like how we saw the Mythic Legions, the Savage Crucibles, and all these things. We think that there could be leaks for us to do Machina as a separate IP. But of course, there's always the fear that people might not accept what they don't relate with. So, if, for example, we come up with a van that converts into a tank with a new mask design or helmet design, which you have not seen before, then how would you relate to that? If you can't relate to that, then it might not entice your inner self to want to buy it. So that's always the case. But let's see. We are still pretty young in this development, but that's what I have in mind for the idea, right? Machina as a separate IP. Whether it can be emerged into Mask depends on the license holder of Mask, which is I think it's Hasbro. So yeah. Any thoughts?
I think it's going to be a bit of a fine line to tread when it comes to trying to make your own separate IP, make it your own thing, and do some really creative things with that. So that will give you a lot of creative freedom to do so. But I can understand where fans of Mask would like to keep it to, yeah, just give me some of the old stuff that I loved growing up, and I can have that nostalgia feeling. So I think it's a very 50-50 course on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me just give Ken a preview and everybody else that this is the mock-up. Right? It's not the final one. Obviously, it's printed on just normal paper, but this is the mock-up of what's going to be included with the Red Gull Wing, and the quality of the paper is going to be like your Motu comics, so you'll be assured of the quality. But it's just a mock-up. This is the comic. no spoilers. So I'm just going to show you quickly like that, and there we go. So it's a few pages of what, just some pages there, and then there we go. No spoilers.
Great.
All right, we got again these nuts. Yeah, my YouTube handle. Thinking of switching it up. You can't wait for the vehicles. You ordered one black and one orange. Great, thank you so much, my friend. Glad to have your support. Back to the Future is 7-inch. Okay, wow. Yeah. So since if there's existing figures in 7-inch, if we want to do something that complements those guys, then we could submit the proposal. Unless, of course, NECA themselves already have the plans to do the vehicle, then they'll tell us no. All right. Thanks, Neil. Daniel mentions ready to print T-shirts here in Italy. Face red heart shape. Okay. Ricardo, have you seen any traction on the past release now that Ramen is getting new attention due to the vehicles line? Any traction on the past releases? Not really. We are getting some additional sales on the Great Gull Wing, maybe because we've shown the packaging, but no additional, nothing too significant in terms of traction. Yeah, and we still have so many things that we've not really put up for pre-order, like the Marshall, the new pilots, Aces of Aviation, the Great White, which, by the way, we will actually have more information for you guys next week when I have an internal meeting and then confirm, what will be the plan for the Great White in terms of its pre-sales arrangements. Yeah, so big Road Pig John says that he doubts we will sell more than 1,000 units of the pole position car. Okay, all right, so there you go. There we go, my friend. But that's one thing. You see, if there are enough of us who really want it, and if we can afford it, we should come together to organize a production of it, so that these 100 people would take the bulk of the cost, and maybe each one might pay maybe $400 for one pole position car, and you have 100 people paying $400 each, and that will get the molds done and a collectible fulfilled for nostalgia purposes, right? It can be done, right? There's the ways of doing it, and I'm trying to create something new whereby collectors make your own stuff, right? I'll support you guys with the manufacturing. Just thinking
Yeah,
out
but
loud.
there is a cost. Yeah.
What do we have here? How is this a better deal than the HasLab? Okay, so fractured English. Okay, all right. So whether or not it's a better deal is not for me to say, and I never said it's a better deal. I think none of us said that this is a better deal, right? Anybody who says that it's a better deal is their opinion, and the way something is a better deal differs from one person to the other. But what we can say is to bring to the table the facts of the matter. So the fact of the matter is that the HasLab, again, we're not trying to compare with the HasLab in the beginning. But if somebody like yourself is trying to compare with the HasLab, then I will address your concern, and I'll try to put up a logical explanation about this, about your question, because I'm not comparing. We've never compared ourselves with the HasLab. That's for sure, gentlemen. Have I ever compared ourselves,
Nope.
our ramen racer, with the HasLab?
Nope.
No, right? Okay, there we go. Yeah, but for just discussion purposes, the HasLab requires 9,000 backers, which means they require 9,000 units sold at 350. I'm sure shipping is extra. and they are at 9,000, you're only given one figure. All right, one figure.
Mm.
For those of you who said that at 350 you're getting four figures, that's totally wrong, unless I'm mistaken. So for us, if we can actually sell 9,000 pieces, and I've actually said this at the top of the stream, we will offer the ramen racer at $200 retail if we can sell it at 9,000 pieces, because I've done the math, and the math tells me that when I do 9,000 pieces, I can actually afford to bring the prices down to $200 each. Yes, there's no figure because we are not trying to compete with Hasbro. We are not trying to step on anybody's toes. Only when the collector base, the community is telling me that they want a figure, is when I crack my brain and say, okay, we will develop something for you guys to fund. See how it goes? It's not myself initiating a figure to try to be a rebel and go against the norm and try to create any tension. No, we created the vehicle specifically without a figure because we have no intentions of rivaling the HasLab. The vehicle was there because we've heard the calls of collectors who want the vehicle, which unfortunately wasn't available because it didn't fund. So coming back, all right, we don't have a figure, but we could endeavor to provide a figure to be crowdfunded because again, we are not sure that we can sell the figure, right? We have only experienced ever selling 1,000 pieces of Ramen Racer for the first time after the Red Gull Wing. So anything else, we have not actually sold 1,000 of one item. Even the commanders is a combination of three commanders for 1,000 sets. Um, so getting to those numbers for us as Ramen Toy, as still a company in its third year of development, right? Those numbers are not something that we see every day. It's a special occasion, but we hope that from that special occasion we can move on and keep on getting those customers and those numbers, and only from then can we move on to do better stuff. So again, getting back and not being long-winded, uh, whether or not it's a better deal, it depends on the way you analyze it. I'm only presenting the facts. One requires 9,000 sold, one requires 2,000 sold. And there reaches a point of time of saturation. It doesn't mean that if I do 1,000,000 pieces, it's going to come down, or maybe it does actually. But how can I do 1,000,000 pieces, right? So that what we mean is that there comes a point of saturation. That means between 9,000 and say 15,000, or between 5,000 to 9,000, you don't really change the price too much. That's the factory stance. So there is a point, right? It doesn't mean that if we do 1,000,000,000 pieces, it's free, right? That's not the way how economics works. So anyway, whether or not it's a better deal, it depends on yourself, right? If you think that the numbers I've given you, if you can do some calculation, is a matter of what you think is a better deal. That's all.
But
Yeah.
but to interrupt you in that
No, add on, yeah, add on.
this is my opinion, but I didn't want it just for the price at the HasLab, and I was not interested in the car at all. But the facts are, and for everybody is different. But the facts are that indeed you get one figure if it was backed with 9,000, and there were like 7,000 and 2,000 backed off, so there were
Yes.
5,000 left, and from that 5,000 nobody got it because it's
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah.
And here, the fact is that you are making it for already more than 1,000 units for
Yes.
the people that ordered it. And these are the facts. And I ordered two, and I didn't
Thank you.
want to order the other one. So it's a whole scale of everybody has his own opinion or his own thing that he wants it or not. But the fact for me is that HasLab failed. They didn't get it, and we get it, the Ramen Racer. So
Yeah.
that's
I
All
fact.
right.
completely agree with that. And again, this is my opinion as well.
Yes.
I looked as if like when it came to the HasLab, you got one version of the car set in stone. There was no interchangeable parts. The way I'm looking at just with the black model alone, you're getting three cars technically. Even if you get one model, you get three cars. You get the Ghost Rider, you can get the Fast and Furious, you can get the Blade, and then for even Ace to offer an orange version, so you can get a Dukes of Hazzard version as well. It's just adding to that to me as well because that's four whole different cars in of itself with just two models. Whereas with the HasLab, you didn't get that.
All right. So moving along, we got Paul who says a visionary that is all LOL. Okay, yeah, visionaries. We've got Scott Hughes. Will Ramen Toy be represented at this year's Joe Fest? Unfortunately, no. I would love to go, but it is too close to my Shizuoka hobby show in May. So when I get back, I couldn't have time to actually make it out again in June. Maybe next year. All right, maybe next year. Collector Express, ignore the toy drama. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Good advice. Good advice. Chris Martinez, did you ever consider using a pencil jack under the fuel cap for power? A pencil jack, pencil jack, is that the term? I don't know. You can form a plug that looks like a fuel pump. Uh, no, I've not considered, but thanks for the idea. It's something that could be done if we had more time to develop it. But what we have now is the USB ports in those two locations I mentioned. But thanks for your comment, Chris. Mario, how about Exosquad? Thanks, Mario, for again your comment. We will look into it. All right, Exosquad, there's many stuff. Ricardo, so is it Ultraverse or Ultra Force? As I remember, not sure about that. We got any more questions here? So John mentions, did you consider Tiger Orange to have the roll bars inside? No, we did not. It is a different proposition to have roll bars inside. So again, we're not trying to mimic exactly any car. We're just doing something that you guys can go and enjoy. And if we're 90% there, I think it's good enough. All right. So Collect Express explains about the Ultraverse comic. That's good. So Mario actually loves the license plate idea. All right. That's great. Great. So we got a vote for it.
Well, of course, you have with license plates in every country, it will be a
you want to join the
different
stream?
color,
Okay.
different size.
So if Road Pick John wants to join the stream, then he can join the stream. So I'm giving the StreamYard link again to the chat. You can go click it if you want. Although I'm late by almost 15 minutes to see your comment. But yeah, feel free to join. You bought the Tiger Orange even if it's not true to the series. I want the flame effects. Sure. Yeah, whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. That is the way we play our collectibles. Retro Collector, thanks. And I think generic vehicles with great crossover potential. Definitely. Happy Accident. I'd love to see your take on the Inhumanoids Earth Corp figures in mech suit. I'll have to study it first, my friend. I have to study it first. I bought into the Mythic Legions, but started with the Masters of Universe tribute figures first. Introducing Mass as the starter and then quality figures. All right. Right. Can the Marshal write the horse figure? No, we have the 3-0 as a humanoid character, which will reveal more information on probably in 2 weeks' time. Danelle, you meant that ready here to print Ramen Toy merch. So you're ready there. Okay, great. Let me know, right? We'll hook up on the WeChat again, all right? WeChat me and we can go into the details. Cops. Okay, so cops actually is, you mean, is that the same as cops and Cops and okay. So again, Road Pick John, make sure that any live stream that you're attending is turned off on the YouTube. Good. Turn off any. All right, I'll put you on the stream now. Hello.
Okay. Hi. Hi, Ace.
Yeah. How are you?
Good, good. How's everything?
Everything is good. Everything is we're chilling out with you guys, the fans here.
Yes. This is the first time I see that somebody opened the stream for the fans like that. Awesome,
Where are you
awesome.
from?
I'm from Deerfield Beach, Florida, here in the U.S., in the United
Oh,
States. Yes,
okay, okay. Yeah, I think most of our fan base and customers are mostly in the states.
correct. That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's
Random. 80s, 90s. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, glad you can join. You got anything you wanna ask me about? Go ahead.
Oh, yes. I'm a big fan of Thundercats. I have a
Uh huh.
huge collection at home. Right now, as you can see, I'm not at home. I'm at my
Okay.
parents-in-law house. Uh, and Mattel and Super 7, they created the first wave of Thundercats. If you see the figures, the heads, like particular Lion, no, is not as accurate as the cartoon. It looks more probably like the comics. And that's why I've been requesting if it's possible to have an accurate head of it. I even
Okay.
put in the fandom of Ramen Toys a pool just to see if
Yes, I think so. That's from you, right? That's from
huh?
you. You
Yes,
sent
that's
us
from
the message, right? Did you?
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
So
We will look into it, man. We will look into it. Yeah.
excellent. Because I bought the pack, the three heads for Master of the Verse, and
Mm,
I think that
thank
one
you.
looks so accurate. It's awesome. I've been I'm being a customer of you since your first project, since the early birds for the first 80s
80s
Commanders.
commanders. Yeah. Yeah.
So since your beginning, I've been backing it up everything 80s Commanders.
Great, man. Really appreciate you. Yeah, of course, the 80s commanders, the first batch, the hits weren't as good. Okay, so it's a bit of history, but we have improved steadily and surely to get out good hits.
I know. I bought it. I even bought the extra three heads for the originals. So I've been
Mm-hmm.
buying everything 80s Commanders you've been releasing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we're very sorry that the Apache Commander did not come to fruition. The retro version. That is that I spent. It was so fun playing with the rotating base and everything, But unfortunately, the tribe has spoken, right? The the fans have spoken. They they're
Yeah,
not supporting it. So
because that one was more to those people that already collected the originals. But I assure you that you're going to sell the one that you've been doing in the 6-inch scale because everybody that is on board on that one is buying everything. Yeah.
really, okay,
Yeah.
all
Well, you
right. I
have the
hope
numbers.
so.
You probably can
I,
say more than me.
yeah, I hope so. All right. So let's see. Fact, I got two for the price of one has lab. Okay. And he shares the opinion that we are way better. Deal. Okay, great. I didn't say it. So William here has a big one, long one. As much as I like the sectors, I know the popularity is not there for them, so not getting to ask for those. Not going to ask for those, but I like the idea of others that have been mentioned as well. Uh, You've been very pleased with all the things that Ramen has been doing. I do have a question about Makina, though, namely any hints on what you'll be considering as the next in line. So yeah, on that note, we are going to develop what you guys would call Miles Mayhem's vehicle, right? That is
Oh,
that is
that the
uh,
helicopter airplane?
no, the plane, the helicopter airplane, yeah. That that
Right.
that is that is in the works. That is
That's
actually
cool.
the what you might call it, Easter egg on the Red Gull Wings control panel. You see
Of course.
the yeah. All right, we got somebody else that's joining. Hans. Okay, so you know the drill, right? Okay, there we go. Hans,
How you
You
I've seen
busy?
you
doing?
before, man. with the
Good
Mega J, right?
afternoon. Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Oh, with Ken Connections.
Yes,
Toy
with Ken.
Connections. Yes,
That's
Toy
right.
Connections.
I
Wow.
just, I unfortunately I don't have very long. I just happened to catch
Okay.
this
Sure.
stream,
You can
so
leave.
I just
Yeah.
jumped on to say, hey, congratulations.
Uh-huh.
As everybody here is mostly from the States and whatnot, but I'm actually from Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean.
Oh,
And by
okay.
you
Wow.
guys going into business with Big Bad Toy Store, it's allowed me to actually get the vehicle through them.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's fantastic for me. But through some chicanery, I've also managed to get my hands on the gull wing. I'm definitely gonna get my hands on the shark. And I just say I love everything that you've been doing. It's a
Okay.
very affordable price part. You put a lot of love into your creations. And I have to say, I mean, for a small company with you've got this huge fan base and you're really filling this gap at an affordable level for all of those collectors, and you're really doing God's work here. And I'm taking this opportunity because I never got to thank you in person, so this is about as in person I can get.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you so
Man,
much.
it's I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. And I heard that you're just gonna do Miles Mayhem as well. I will get that as well. And you keep doing what you do. Don't let anybody discourage you. Everything is fantastic. We love everything you've done, man. And I have to go to the groceries with my kids and my wife.
Okay. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining. Take care.
Peace, man.
See you soon. Yeah. There we go. Wow. Interesting. Very good. Thank you, Hans. Well, we have, so back to the comments here. We got Naomi Rana again. Nomi Rana. Just join. How about 7-inch visionaries? We'll probably do them as 112. So yeah, around 6-inch, 6.5 maybe.
I have to
Christopher has a
go, but
question. Yeah. Okay.
sorry,
Yes.
I have to
Okay.
go, but thanks that I could join, and thanks
Yeah.
for meeting you, Ace. And
Definitely.
like the other guy just said, you know, you make our dreams come true, and we are all on board supporting you. And you know, for you maybe it's normal, it's something you love, but take the energy from all the fans that back you up in this, and we love you. That's
Oh, thanks.
what they
Thanks so
say, you
much.
know. Yeah. So
Okay.
so thank you so much, and
Have a great one. Yeah.
thank you. You
See you
too.
soon. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. See you soon.
Yes.
All right. We have question here. Will the new logo helmets be sold as a set? Okay, I think we have the question from you, Chris, before. We don't really have plans for that yet. But if there's a need to, we will investigate. We are currently definitely trying to get out the retro packaging of the 80s Commanders as soon as possible, but probably it'll be end of the year. We want to focus our energies on getting the Machina stuff out first, focusing our energy to get the Master of the Verse hits out as well, and then starting production on Ramen Racer. And at the end of the year, we'll put in the retro packaging for the 80s Commanders, and then if there is really a need, we will look at trying to sell those logo helmets. All right. Hope that is good enough an answer for you. And we have patient mental. All right. This basically give the fans that supported the hashtag what they wanted and a few other options. All right. Great for the feedback. Kato's collection took a break for lunch and we're still hanging out. Yes. How was your lunch? The Adrian. Here's a suggestion for an add-on that will be easy and low cost, oversized rear tire pack.
Come here. What was that?
Really? Okay, we'll consider that. Jesse talks about any modern cars. Whenever we do anything, we make sure that the licensing is an issue. So we don't want to completely model after a Mitsubishi or a Skyline, unless we get the license. And yeah, who knows? Maybe down the road we will be getting all these license. Although it will be a lot of challenges for us dealing with the Japanese licensors.
Wow.
I've heard, but still, okay. You got to go.
Oh no, Ace, I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I know you mentioned Omega J's Retro, one of their live streams, that everything Japanese is pretty much locked up over there. So that's why you're not been doing anything related to Japanese cartoons, etc. How about what do you have in the future for 80s Commanders? I know somebody mentioned something about logos. I'm not sure about those. I know the last pre-order is the Heli Charger. Is that how you call it? With one of the figures, which I already pre-ordered. Which one?
Mhm.
Which one do you have plans next?
That one actually is a very tough question, because truth be told, we are actually getting a very low sales for the Phantom foil. All right.
Oh, okay.
We thought that it would not be lightning striking twice, but apparently something is going on with the 80s commanders. Maybe I'm not choosing the right subjects. I have to go back and have a look, right? So maybe instead of touching something that was not done before, like the Phantom foil, aka Phantom fan, uh, I should have gone and just do what people actually saw before, like the wild weasels and the depth charge and all these things. So I'm not sure. On one hand, there were fans asking for things that were not done before, and then when we do the things that's not done before, there is no real proof in the pudding on the
Oh,
sales. So that actually gives me the I'm kind of discouraged with the thing right now. But let me go and revisit back to the drawing board before I get back to you to answer that question. All right.
okay, that's fine.
Not the stuff you want to hear, but that's the truth, right? I
With the,
wouldn't say it anywhere else.
with
Gerald,
the
welcome to the stream.
hey, good to see you again, Asa.
Yeah.
With the 80s Commanders, they look great. I'm a child of the 80s, so I love everything the 80s properties. I never was into the Commander series what's based on, so I don't have the emotional connection to it as much as other people, so I can understand some people not buying it, but they look fantastic. You've done an amazing job on them. I was a big Motu and Transformers guy, so I got a whole roll of Optimus Primes back here.
Yeah.
And over on the other side of the room, I got tons of Motu stuff, so and well,
Yeah.
surrounded.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. And all the upgrades you've been shown for the Ramen Racer sound fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
The more detailed engine looks great. The suspension and all the removable. If you get to the certain limit to the removable wheels.
It's already implemented.
Oh,
All right.
sweet.
So yeah. So what happened was that based on the prototype that I received last week, it's been a week, right? I was quick to take the photographs, make the video. We had the live stream on last Sunday. So basically, coming up in about 12 hours would be the 1 week anniversary of the launch of the Ramen Racer.
And already over
Um,
1,000. Congratulations.
Yes, over 1,000. Definitely a big deal for us, but it might not be a big deal for the whole, toy industry, right? So when I have the prototype in hand, I was able to then discover what we could improve in terms of the playability of the item, right? Suspension on the wheels would actually give it more of a playability feel versus you
Yeah.
can't really move it, right?
And
And then
adding suspension makes it feel more premium and less
yeah,
dock
you
hard.
kind of you press it and it kind of springs. That's the idea, right? So and
The highway headlights is great too. Like
yeah, so initially again the lights we wanted it to be as real, but there was no space for a 112 that kind of size for something to move inside, right? I mean it's genius how the actual car does it. It rotates. So maybe on a bigger model we could do it, but not on that size, at least not in my within my ability. So but indeed it was important that the lights be covered at some point in time. So we're going to move out the entire front section of the lights, just like how the back is removed, and then you can actually plug in the covers and then put it back on. You cover the headlights, and then if you want to have the headlights out, you take it out again, remove those two tabs, put it back on, then you get your lights on again.
Plus,
So
it gives you the option later on too, if you want to make other upgrade kits later on for maybe like a longer, more aerodynamic nose, not to get too specific. For
yeah, but that one. So I was intrigued by that suggestion, but the problem might be whether the current magnet attachment will hold such a big piece, or maybe it has
a
to be
big
totally
nose for the NASCAR style front end.
Yeah. Okay, I'll think about that. Now that we have the whole thing out, we probably do a whole section that just fits in just by push fit. Yeah. Versus magnets. All right. So getting back to the comments here.
Now coming in for landing.
So Nomi Rana. I'm always not pronouncing this name properly. It seems like Naomi, but there's no A. Okay. Yes, you have sent us the pictures of the Mad Max. Any possibilities? Again, everything is possible, but it's a totally different car.
Yeah, totally different car, but
it's a totally different car.
That
means I'll need
like
another 2,000 backers.
Apocalyptic style accessories or something.
That would be awesome.
Death Racer type stuff, or
yeah. So yeah, I mean, once we get our wheels rolling, no pun intended, we'll probably see what we can do to fulfill dreams. All right. Stephen Cosmos, right? How about amalgam? Sorry, amalgam characters. Okay.
That was from the 90s. The Marvel and DC had a crossover, and after the event, both universes got mixed together. So Wolverine got mixed with Batman, so they had to call Dark Claw.
Okay, amalgam. Okay.
So that would be a licensing nightmare, though, where it's both
definitely
Marvel and DC.
Yeah. Definitely.
I remember there was a big controversy surrounding that, and that's why they keep it completely separate. There's not been, I don't think, a crossover like that since then.
All right. We got to get things easier for us, not too difficult.
Oh, with the decals on the Tiger Orange version, are they permanently affixed or are they like a vinyl cling?
I am currently searching for the proper kinds of stickers for the car, and I will probably update that information as soon as I get it. It wouldn't be paper for sure, right? It's going to be something higher quality. So I will look at that. There are many options for stickers, obviously. I'll choose the right one, and then
popped in my head for vinyl clean because not everybody has a steady hand, and if you get that sticker crooked,
right. Also, you prefer those that you can sort of, but those would be
it's an ideal.
Right?
Like, I don't know if everybody else prefer that. It's just an ideal. If
right,
might make it easier.
Okay. We'll look at it and then consider those points. Definitely.
Ace.
Yes.
Are you able to explain one more time to everybody that asking your Facebook all the time about where you put in the cable under the car to turn it on for all the time if you want to keep it in your shelf on all the time?
Sure. So the car, again, I mentioned, doesn't come with any batteries because having batteries in the product is, in my opinion, a nightmare in terms of shipping. It's going to cost more to ship in the first place. You can't go air on certain places. I mean, you can't go air without having to pay more to protect the batteries. That's one thing. So the idea is no batteries in the car. Now, if there's no battery in the car, how do we power the car? So we have a USB-C that plugs in, almost like those alarm clocks that you have. Once you put the power in, the alarm clock comes on. The alarm clock has no compartment for batteries, those kind of alarm clocks, right? So the USB-C plugs into the car in two positions, either on the gas cap, the gas gasket. You can plug it there, and then it will light up the car. It will have the sound for the car with the correct movement of the buttons, the switch, And then if you don't like the USB-C to be at that position, you simply move it to the back left underneath of the car, next to adjacent to the exhaust, and it goes up as a plug upwards into the car. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you for the explanation.
Yeah. This one says I'm dropping secrets easier than Tom Holland. Really? My bad. Quick knife, quick H, shift H. All right, we got hey, Gary G is in the house. The cat is out the back now. He's talking about the switchblade, the mouse mayhem. Damn. Okay, this is something else.
The good thing is that you keep the emotion rolling. Somebody sees this, they already have the red gold wing, and now they see that this is coming up. More motivation, Ace.
Yeah. So Ace, are you just casually confirm a 6-inch? Again, it's not a line. It's difficult to support a line. Truth be told, although there are many demand for the obscure characters, but really those demand is only for a select few. It's not for everything. So it's a tough call. I wish you were in my shoes to make that call. I don't like to make that call. I don't like to disappoint people, but at the same time, I can't disappoint Ramen Toy itself, because the company is a brand, is an entity. It in itself, it needs to survive. It needs to have the lifeblood. There's a 2 cents from Neil here. People don't want to pay 120 for the add-on stuff. For the commanders, it's too expensive. Okay, sure. Yeah. No problem. We heard that. For the Ramen Racer, there are 2 charging ports. Okay, so we've answered that, right? Would it be possible for remote control? No, there's no. I'm not planning to go and develop this any further. I'm so sorry. What we have now, I think, fits the purpose. Oh, Mega J is here. Although I see his comment, let's see, about 10 minutes late. Congratulations again. Thank you, sir, for hitting the major milestone and on to 3,000. I love you, 3,000. Or is it 6,000? Is it 3,000 or 6,000?
I love you, 3,000.
3,000, really?
Yeah.
And we will love it.
How much does licensing add to the cost of the figure or vehicle? Normally, it's about 15% on the high side. The really high side will be 20%. The low side will be like 10%. But again, it is subject to how you negotiate the license. Yeah, but around the ballpark, between 10 to 20% is the cost of licensing.
Ace, you
Yes.
showed us a prototype a few days ago in one of the live stream. It was a figure that it looks like a LED was showing the internal part of the figure. I'm not sure if we're talking about Agent Scully here or what is it, but that was a very interesting.
Oh, which one?
design.
The chess?
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember
the
it
chess.
showing like the lighting you were showing in your phone.
Oh, did I show something on my phone? I
Yes,
forgot.
you were showing the live stream in your phone. Oh, this is what I'm working.
I may have not recalled what I showed, but if you talk about the chess, it's something that I may have revealed a little bit too soon, because if I'm going this route, I can reveal it right now.
Okay.
If I want to go the licensing route, I need to hold on.
Pleading the fifth, so we cannot be incriminated later.
But it will be good. It will be good. I'm so wanting to reveal it, but for purposes of getting it licensed, I better hold off first. Yeah.
Okay.
I love
It's-
the
it's
ammo
already-
crate battery cover too. Looks so cool.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I would hate to see a battery sticking out in the trunk like that.
Yeah.
So
That's a great idea for
Uh,
guns.
yeah, and the good thing is that even though it's a hollow piece that you cover over the battery, I will include a base so that if you don't want to cover over the battery, you can actually put the cover back on or the bottom back on, and then it becomes a full ammo case that
That'd be great
opens, by the way. So
It's great for like any kind of action figure photography type stuff, action shots, like a
yeah,
weapons deal, getting the
yeah. And yeah, I was actually putting up a contest, which unfortunately is getting very lukewarm, in fact, very cold reception. There's a chance to win a ramen racer. I thought that some artistic talent would come in and help to design the ammo crate so that it has certain markings and certain colors. And if we find the one that is what we love, then we can reward this person with a free ramen racer, and then everybody gets that design. So but so far nothing yet. So
I have a friend that does 3D modeling. I can reach out to him, see if he'd be in.
well, not really 3D modeling per se, but the model that we have now, we already have the 3D.
Okay.
How would you actually want to decorate it? Would you want to put like U.S. Army or like a Stinger missile on top, or I don't know, just some kind of explosives and how you want to deck it out? Because for me,
I missed that now. It's been a while. I've been working on that for something.
Yeah. Because for me, I would get to that if I could, but in order for us to
that is my day job. I do web development, graphic design.
Oh, great. Then you may stand a chance to win a racer.
What if I made it look like someone bought a crate of noodles?
A crate of noodles. Could be, for it's a good idea. Joseph's asked about the original visitor. I've mentioned it at the top of the stream. We are in sort of like email exchanges with the license, the creator of the show, and he's like not currently granting the license. He's holding out to see other options, and then we will be made known once the opportunity rises for us to do a deal. So that is the update on that. Pre-order the Gowing today. Thank you so much, Brian Braddock. Thank you so much for the order. Next time, if you're interested to get the Great White, make sure you go in for the early bird. It's always better to get it cheaper. But thank you anyway for the order, and then we are looking forward to sending it to you as well. Vega Boys asking that when you order the Tiger Orange, you should just include the stickers with every car. Well, we could, but we just want to be mindful, and in case you don't want it, you don't want to receive it. So yeah.
Oh, I saw on Riot Productions, I think.
Yes.
Does their sales get count to the final sales, what you're getting now, or does it have to be afterwards? Or
no, I'm not including any other external sales yet.
Okay.
What we're reporting to you is only
Orange. So.
Yeah. Everything that we're reporting to you guys now is all internal Ramen Toy website only sales. We will definitely get the orders from all our resellers, which we've actually gotten. Maybe I can post it, right? We have actually done up our resellers list. There
Okay.
we go.
That's a lot of. I have a lot of friends that collect in Canada, and I know they're really wanting
Yeah.
to get.
Right. So if you click on that link that I just sent, you will see the other avenues of getting Ramen Toy products. Okay. Maybe I'll just flash it out for a bit. So there we go. So on this link, you will actually get to see the various partners that supports Ramen Toy products. If there is something that is near you that can help with shipping costs, then by all means, please go and support the reseller. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
excellent.
right. Yeah.
I'll send this to my Canadian friends.
Mm. Another shout out from Star Killer Base. Thank you, Ace, for having this kind of way to talk directly with the fans. Uh, yeah. More than happy to interact with everybody. It's all about the community. We want to be heard. We want to chat. We want to talk, see face to face, and yeah, it's always good. Crimson Toys, welcome to the stream. The Not Hazard car and mass vehicles are insane. Great job. Thank you so much. Gary G. He has a Let Slip, the Max Devious name. Christopher talks about, will your version of Brave Star come with a rifle? Yes, there's gonna be rifle for the Marshal. Not to worry. Not to worry.
Punisher van 18.
Ah, okay. You guys can bring this up to Mr. Bobby Vella when he's on the the next
I'm
available
currently working
stream.
on one, guys. I'm currently working on one.
Oh, oh wow, that's nice. Where is that from? Playmobil?
This is the ET van that came out. I think it was in the early 2000s, maybe late 90s. Fits
Uh-huh.
really good 6-inch figures. Like, I've got my snake eyes in there.
Ooh,
All the doors open.
ooh, wow.
There's a lot you can do with this van. It is very difficult to find. Unfortunately, now I had to scour eBay for this, and
How much did you pay for it?
um,
You can't say.
I'd say it
Ballpark.
was
Give us a ballpark.
shy of 400.
What? Okay, I thought you would say like $80 or something, $60. Like the Brad's car.
No, my partner, when she found out how much I paid for this,
Okay,
that
we should
was
delete this stream right now. We should delete the evidence. Wow. Okay, that must be some collectible stuff. Okay, thanks for sharing. Thanks for
if
sharing that.
if it is something that is in your wheelhouse eventually, I'm more than happy to send this to you.
Oh
So
no,
you
there's no need. There's no need.
study.
Yeah, getting stuff sent in is a hassle, and there's no need. That's your baby. That's your thing. Take care of it, man. We can always R&D without that. No problem. Is the option for the battery pack you mentioned from Amazon still available? Yes, just as we mentioned, the ammo crate is meant to cover the battery pack. We will give you the exact dimensions or the exact type of battery that you can get as soon as I confirm it. I'm guessing there's no need to go more than 2 batteries, right? The normal RC cars that you see that I gave the example on Amazon was 4 batteries, 4 cells. I think 2 would suffice for what we have, which is just lights and sounds. And also, I'd like to take a mention. I was about to answer this person, but I sort of forgot about it after doing some other stuff. He was asking for the option to exchange LEDs should the LEDs burn out. Now, I'm not an electrical engineer, but I've done some quick Googling. and the LEDs normally have a lifespan of about 15,000 hours, which means that if you actually put the always on for 2 years, then you will burn out. So I don't think we're going to be putting on our lights for 2 years
Yeah.
consecutively. So I think the chance of
Well,
LEDs burning out
yeah.
is pretty much
It is
your
a
thought?
very slim chance that they will burn out because I have a set of LED light strips. That's what I use through here.
Mhm.
I actually have a set that's going down my steps, and I leave them on year round. I don't turn them off. I got them set down low, and they've been burning for probably 5 years, and I don't have any issues with them.
That's it. Yeah, that's the answer. So I'll be drafting a answer for
Yeah.
our concerned friend that
Uh,
there's no need to replace LEDs. Jeff, thanks for joining again. Just stopping by to say congratulations on the 1,000 sold, and we hope to see it past 3K. We all hope so.
Hey, could you please give us a little bit more motivation by elaborating on the agent Scully? I'm not going to say show us the prototype, but at least tell us something that it catch our minds, to put our investment in the car.
Yeah, I think I made it pretty clear on last night's stream, and I think I spoke too much, but I will just go over what I said last night, which is the whole idea of the ramen racer is for everybody who wanted the HasLab but couldn't get it. But we were not going to do it in a way that would step over anybody's toes, right? Step on anybody's toes, right? But again, we're not the ones that initiate per se, right? But if we are getting comparisons like there's no figure, and could you do a figure, then in order for us to incentivize ourselves, all right, then we would like to see if we can actually reach 3,000. But before we even get to that, we have to reach 2,000 so that we can give everybody the ammo crate, the translucent wheels, and possibly the transparent blower. So those are the things that we need to reach first. It's gonna be an ask. I'm feeling somewhat confident, but not totally. So we'll have to see how it goes in the next week. So if we can actually reach 3,000, which means that really, the 5,000 people left in the campaign after 2,000 dropped out. Where are the 5,000 people? Could we reach the 5,000 people? Could the 5,000 people bring us to 3,000? And then we will already just dish out. We will dish out the prototype, or at least some 3D images, because we're already starting the kitchen. All right. So once we do that, then we'll request that if you want to have something to complement the car, then you have the option to back this thing. And I hope I've said enough without getting my moderators all sweaty and stuff. It's all for the fans. That's all. All right. We got over here Swift 718. Hey Ace, a lot of your projects that you feel didn't meet minimum to proceed, don't look at it as a lack of demand. It's important to consider exposure and awareness. Yeah, definitely. Um, as I've mentioned, right, we are doing our best every day to reach out to more people. That's why we're very active on Facebook. We want to get the reach out to more people, but we understand that not everybody has a Facebook account, so those that don't have it will not see what we're trying to reach out with, and it has to be from word of mouth. So hopefully there's more word of mouth. Hopefully we can get onto other platforms that people could access other than Facebook, and build that exposure and awareness. All right, so it's two sides, right? But at least we thought that with the fact that we have the initial core group of customers who supported the 80s commanders, we thought that those core group would also support the other projects that followed. But of course, we cannot expect everybody to buy every single thing that we make. So that there lies the problem. So we need to always expand, like you mentioned, exposure and awareness. So definitely thank you for that the thought.
Well, I love everything that you've been making too. It's like it looks great, but like I said, it's I have a emotional connection too. It's like as soon as you start offering up He-Man stuff, I order the He-Man heads, and I got both versions of the Ramen Racer. I got all the kits for it, and it's and plus too, I've been trying to do my part. I've been sharing like all I can with the Ramen Racer on my social media.
We've seen it. Yeah, thank you so much. He goes on to say that he only found out about us via the comments I made on the 3POA podcast before I was there, before I was a guest on the show. Yeah, so I'm lingering around in various socials trying to put in comments. I was on the displaying model behavior with Dave, putting some comments there. I was on the ACBA, woke up really early and then put in some comments there. So yeah, it's a community. The whole internet allows us this close connection. Before the advent of the internet, obviously nobody knew who each other was. So I'm trying to actually utilize this platform, this invention, this tool to get everybody as close as we can together to support a common cause.
And I have to, one little thing I like to say too, like if you like what Ramen's doing, share this to everybody you know that collects. Us getting the word out too helps them and helps us.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, we're coming up to like way past 2 hours. I think we're gonna start to wind down the stream. Let's look at a few more comments. In the meantime, if any of you guys have anything to say, please go ahead to express yourself. I think
The only thing I really want to say is what I love. It's plainly obvious. I'm a young person. Like I said, I'm born in the '90s, but one thing I love what Ramen Toy is doing, it's making me interested in these retro lines like Mask and stuff like that. Because I didn't get to experience that stuff from the '80s, and it's making me really interested. Like for instance, like the Mask line with the marking and stuff. I'm loving the intricacies and how all these things looked and how it's so different back then to how it is now, and it's just making me want to explore it even more. So, I would say thank you for.
The '80s was a golden era of like toy lines and cartoons, and it's such a variety of different things we could choose to collect. And early '90s on.
Right. So George here has an interesting suggestion. Yeah. How about interchangeable glass or doors with bullet holes? Maybe bullet hole stickers, but not actual bullet holes. Otherwise, it's a new tooling once again. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So Magadia confirms that. Go ahead.
I was going to say that could be another good thing for like vinyl cleaning option too. You can put the bullet holes on, take them off.
Okay. So great stream, boys. Keep the excitement going on the next milestone. Thanks, Maggie J. Thank you so much. When will the Great White go up for pre-order? Okay, so this is what I mentioned earlier, that we will have an internal discussion and provide you guys with an update sometime end of next week when we actually show the Red Gull Wings production sample. All right. Roger that on that comment, Kent. That the ET van show was beautiful. That my next show was beautiful. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Again, who was the manufacturer of that van? Do you know? How did you even find it? That's so amazing.
I found it on eBay, as I said. Just looking at the licensing.
No brand name.
It was made by someone called Jeffrey Inc. If that's ringing any bells for anyone, that's all I can see.
How do you spell that?
Stamped on the vehicle. I'm not
Hold
sure
on,
how
let me give you the
quality that will come across.
no, we can't see anything.
Jeffrey Inc. It's GEOFFREY.
G E O. Oh, literally Jeffrey Inc. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've not heard of that. We have to Google and find out. But at least we learned something new on this stream, right? That there is a Jeffrey Inc.
This was licensed by Universal Studios, so it could be a possibility for you as well, Ace.
Yeah. All right, Drew G. Bit of a tongue twister there. Dropping in for a minute. You're at work. Great stuff. Yeah, carry on at your work, and thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you. Tony Beckinger, I love all the pieces you make. Always excited to see what you come up with next. Yes, we are definitely cracking our brains. Any visionaries or thunder? So visionaries has always been the name that's coming up, and we definitely have at least one character in mind. As for thunder, we will have to look at the possibilities with maybe a certain Mad Hatter Productions figure that we can co-use the body. That could be a plan. All right.
Oh, my ears perked when I heard Thundar. So
All right. Will the early bird be the same as the gull wing? I have to crunch the final numbers, but based on if everything is the same, if everything is not changed, well, it's the same. That means it'll be the same. But I will have to crunch the numbers because there is extra tooling involved for the great white versus the gull wing. So there is a bit of a cost difference, but I'll see how we can actually keep it the same. All right. William again, Hoover, love ramen stuff so much. I've stopped collecting other things. Oh, really? Oh, so humbled by that. So humbled by that. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I think we've reached the end of the comments, and we will say our goodbyes to everyone because it's been 2 hours and 20 something minutes. I have to get back to other work before um,
and
Sunday. So
thank you for doing this too.
yeah. Any last words from my Knicks first? We'll go this way around.
The only thing I just want to say is a massive thank you for everything you're doing and what you bring in, especially with the ramen race and the marking arounds. I really can't wait to see what else you looking forward. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Collector Express, aka Jared. I'm a toyaholic, and ramen's feeding my addiction.
All right.
And while I was talking to you, I ordered a 1/12 scale of Mach 5.
Wow. Okay.
Hot Wheels made
And
one back in 2008.
right. And Road Big John, you are somewhere near an airport, I think.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank you, Ace, for being the face of Ramen Toys for more than a year something already.
Yeah, 3 years, coming to 3 years now.
3
It's our
years.
third year. Yeah.
I totally forgot since my first comment on your Facebook, the first pre-order for the 80s Commanders. Not people believing in buying directly from you by email and PayPal. There was many people skeptical. There were a few of us that trust you, and we continue trusting you. Now you open doors for other type of payments. So people is starting to know that you are a serious person, okay? Not like some of those Kickstarters that being taking money of people, and you really care. Yeah, at all live stream that I see you, I share your story. I hear about your story about those cartoons that or those toys in your childhood that put something that really makes the difference. Like for example, Centurions, Brave Star, etc. And that's what you remember of them, and that's what you're trying to recreate. And that's wonderful.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
so many fans. You mentioned that you're true to yourself. So whatever you saw, that's what you want to create. You don't want to jump the gun on any any other things that you're not related.
Yeah.
Right.
Cross your fingers for the universal license.
All right.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. On that note, guys, I thank Road Pig John, My Nix, and Collect Express to come on to the live stream. Really appreciate you guys. There will be there's actually a request for this to be a weekly show. I'll probably try to do it like a bi-monthly. Weekly will be a bit tough because of my commitments to the stuff. But yeah, we are going to endeavor on, and I will be definitely keeping you guys updated on what's happening with Ramen Toy, and again with our Facebook updates almost every day. You get to see what's going on. Coming next week, Rick Galwing final production sample, and possibly the Marshall's painted prototype and the Master of the Verse hits. So those are things coming up next week. Be sure to join me again for the updates. In the meantime, have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thank you so much.